Was about Jeremy Corbyn and his role. I don't think Jeremy wishes to or could play a decisive role in this campaign. He came into the House of Commons after I came into the House of Commons. Every time we were he and I were protecting workers' rights in the way that Owen talks about, we were in the same lobby against what the European Union was actually doing, and now we've had this Pauline conversion. So why should anybody pay any attention when you've got such a track record of being suspicious of this super state, of taking power away from you, of treating people in a totally disregarded fashion? Therefore, I don't think he plays a role at all. My worry is, which is David's point, about first of all, a very, very large portion of Labour voters don't even know where the party is. I actually think for once that's an advantage, given the position that the party is actually trying to put forward. And I'm also thinking forward to the next election. This is incredibly important, as Zina raised in her question at the very beginning, about the destiny of this country. But I'm also thinking, after referendum day, we get on with the business of trying to unite the government and the country together again, and our focus will be then on the next election. And
to unite the government? To unite the government?
I think one of the functions of the government after this, its performance has been so pathetic. I think there'll be a new Prime Minister, and the job of the new Prime Minister will be trying to get the governing party together, and in the negotiating team that will have to be established to take forward the rag-bag of ideas the Prime Minister brought back from Europe, because they're not negotiated yet. We actually need a negotiating team that unites the country. My worry, however, is that throughout the whole of this process, a large proportion of Labour voters will feel that nobody is speaking on their behalf. I mean, Liz has spoken very powerfully on behalf of her two daughters. Her two daughters, thank God, are in a different position to the lots of daughters in my constituency who are not as privileged, who are not at the top of the tree as her daughters are, with all that goes with that, are at the bottom of the pile. It's what is actually going to happen to those and whether they feel they're being represented in this debate. And I think people will feel, yet again, the Labour Party has actually failed to deliver, of putting it very clearly that we're on the side of those who have least in our society, and we're prepared to fight for those people.
Yes. Now,
I think whether he wins or loses...
You were talking as though you thought he was going to win.
No, I wasn't talking that. I actually do think whatever the performance on the polling day itself, that his whole strategy was you can negotiate from strength inside Europe. Well, I bet nobody could tell us the 6 points on the little sheet he brought back, what he'd actually negotiated. The idea that was a strategy has failed. That he's, I think, in a sense, has collapsed the Remain campaign. It's now run from Downing Street. He's so upset the way it performed. We haven't got two independent. And I do think, come the day after, I'd be very, very surprised if he has a long length of life as Prime Minister.
Right.